It's me, Josh Hunter. uh, I'm on the planet Earth, and I try not to be one of these reactionary type people. Oh, something happens and I gotta react. But about maybe 50 videos ago, I don't know how many videos ago, I mentioned something, and I don't know if I brought it up since, but all right. You see, I get made fun of a lot, and it's not a problem. I've been made fun of for so many years for so many different things. Like, it doesn't. It's just like it's just more money to me anyway. Like, you make fun of me, it's like, oh, here's like $100, here's $500. Like, it doesn't. Like I said, I make money. Okay, but there is an issue. You should not. I'll probably get made fun of it for this too, but I mean, you probably should not make fun of people who are in proximity to me, people who are close to me. I don't necessarily mean like feelings or nothing, but just like people who are close to me, and I think it's a bad idea. Um, so, I mean, there is certain. Most of you aren't really aware of how nice it is to be on the earth. You complain because you can't get a girlfriend, or you complain because you don't make enough money. You complain because people don't like you. You complain because there's traffic. You complain because you can't get your drugs. You complain about all these stupid little things. You don't realize how easily that can all be taken away from you. And you say, well, I've seen the movies, so I know that it won't happen. And you let the image dictate what you think is reality. And like, I don't know how many fucking cups of coffee you need, or how many how many wake up alarms that you need. But we are not we're not living in the same world that we used to. Okay, I know some people think, oh, we're just gonna pass. They think that like this presidency of Donald Trump is just like a passing thing. That, oh, okay, once we get another president, things are just gonna go back to normal. Um, you, um, okay, this is addressed specifically to comedians. What they don't understand is that they have made an absurd amount of money off of Donald Trump, his presidency, and every controversial president or any president. Comedians, stand-up comedians, make a lot of money, but this particular period, they have made a lot of money, which means they're going to be beholden to him. Okay, do you understand what I'm saying? Okay, I understand. You got to make your money. But you got to think beyond the yuck. You got to think beyond the LOLs, beyond the lols. Okay. I know I used to try and be like a funny person, but but I learned my lesson. Okay, I've been homeless for 7 years. How do you think that happened? You think it was because I was like some super nice guy, and then luck? No. Okay, I was a piece of shit. I was a shitty person. I was trying. I mean, I was doing what I thought would be a good thing, but you got to realize you don't know who's watching you, and you don't know what is watching you. Okay, the world is full of secrets, a lot of secrets, a lot of fucking secrets, and just when I see people like doing like this thing where they're just making fun, they just poking fun, like I'm better than, it's not it's tasteless. I think. Because it's got to be funny. You got to realize, you got to know the difference, okay? Like I said also before, there's a difference between show business and entertainment, okay? And when it's entertainment, they just want your yucks, keep them laughing, and they just want attention, okay? Whereas show business is, it's classier. It's classier. So, one time I was on Highland Boulevard in Hollywood, and I don't know if Donald Trump had just been elected or what period of time it was, but I was talking to this guy, and he was like, everything was cool. We were like, having a conversation, and then I don't know. Oh, that's right. I had like two steel reserves, maybe three, and so I wasn't like, most of the time, like anytime, we used to have this old saying when I lived in my old house. It was a steel reserve for breakfast, sangria for lunch, and Captain Morgan for dinner. That's what we were doing during those times. That was that was our schedule. I'd go to the grocery store and just get and this was like more than a decade ago. It was like maybe 12 years ago. Uh, and I'd go to the store and I'd just pick up like two steel reserves and a can of deodorant. And that was it. Um, but anyway, I was talking to this guy. I was having a conversation with him. I wasn't like talking. Anyway, I was I was having a conversation with him, and somehow the topic got brought up of Donald Trump, and I said, "Look, I understand. Like people are trying to, they don't like, the way he does things, and but I said, just make sure you guys, don't go outside your bounds. I mean, keep the attention focused on him." And try not to poke people who are particularly close to him. And specifically, like I thought, whatever you guys do, I mean, don't attack Barron. You don't know what you're dealing with. And I was like, guessing. I do a lot of guessing. But I guess what I was trying to say is don't attack his family or the people who he considers to be his family. And because there are a lot of secrets that people don't know about. Okay, and let me say once again, I don't work for the CIA or the FBI or NSA or anything like that. There's something that happens when you never get laid, and it's in that movie Last Temptation of Christ, I remember like he was going through the when Jesus was like walking through the courts. They're like, what's fucking wrong with this guy? He's like, he's got too much semen on the brain. Or something like that, because I mean, I don't get laid, but like I'm not a fan of masturbation. I don't like it. It's just kind of I don't really get it. And I used to make a lot of jokes about jerking off and that type of thing, and then one day on my birthday, and I was one day on my birthday. I was about to go out to dinner with these people, and this gal who's like kind of close to me, she says, "Oh yeah, by the way, I was at this bar last night, and this guy raped me." And it was like it's like, first of all, why is she telling me this? And it just, the ladies that there have been so many ladies for some reason they feel compelled to tell me this. Strangers. Various types, they just like, they come up to me and they say, "Oh, this happened to me," and I'm like, "Why are you telling?" I don't say that, and I'm not like this. I mean, I do not, I'm not dismissive of their experience. I try to be as considerate as possible, but it has been so overwhelming that so many people, and it's just females. Dudes never come up to me, and but so many females have come up to me and told me about their, that they've been like sexually abused and the various things that it makes me think that maybe sex isn't so great. Like it just seems like it's a big old barrel of misery, and so like I can't even enjoy masturbation. Like it seems like a waste of time. I mean, I've had so many experiences which are so much better than that, and this isn't about God or religion or Christianity or anything. It's just literally, I mean, I've had, I mean, they're better, they're much better things. New season starts. Okay, so I say this because when you're dealing with me, you really, I don't know what to say. Like how much? Because I mean, I don't want to scare anybody. I really don't. And I know what I see, and I know I'm probably going to be written off as one of these guys who just like, oh, you think you know something and you don't, or you're crazy or something like that. But I mean, any person who just does even a cursory glance at the things that I've mentioned, like the dots. Anyway, so comedians, stand-up comedians, you guys are treading on thin water, or ice, I guess. That's what's becoming water. I don't know, but it's gonna. I've seen what the last joke is. I've seen the end of stand-up comedy, and it doesn't look good, and it don't look good. So you gotta know, you gotta know when to fold them. And comedians, like, I don't know, like, if I didn't care about you, I wouldn't say anything. I would just let you keep on walking, because you guys are about to sing yourself right off a fucking cliff. And you think it's still 1982 or something, and you're just, yapping away. And you don't get it. You don't understand. And I'm trying to make sure that, like, when you get hit, it's not gonna hurt that much, or it's not gonna hurt as bad as it. Because if you get hit as hard as I have been hit, like, you're not coming back from it. You might say, "Oh, how have you been hit, Josh?" That's not a question anybody wants to know the answer to. And you can't even. The closest thing that I could say is closest, I guess, example, and may seem kind of silly, but in X-Men, the animated series, the first time that Wolverine. sorry. The first, I know. The first time that Wolverine goes up against a Proteus, which is Charles Xavier's son. That's the closest example that I can give as to how hard I've been hit. And I'm laughing, but I'm laughing because I know the end result. If you laugh and you don't know what you're laughing at, I mean, you better do your homework. Anyway, I just say this as a warning because, I like comedians. If things had gone a different route, I would have become a comedian. I would have been and I think maybe these guys, they're having that same attitude, and gals, they're having that same attitude, like, it's okay, this guy's a comedian, so we can just, but you gotta, and I think it's ironic that I have to say this, but you gotta read the fucking room. You guys are not reading the room, and you're bombing, but you don't know that you've bombed yet, okay? Alright, there's a culture that's coming, and anyway, so I'm only saying this because I want, my programming tells me to be kind, simply because I like it. I like to be kind. I don't try to be kind. I'm trying to be kind because, I want people to like me or to think that I'm, like, better than what I am. Sometimes I almost prefer that people think that I'm, like, a terrible person. I almost, like, that's what I recognize when I look at Donald Trump. I look at a person, the similarity that I see between us is that I would rather people think that I'm, like, a terrible person than a good person. I don't know, it just seems, I like to be clothed. And I guess what is that? That's kind of like, it's like a backwards conceit or something. But comedians, you gotta tighten it up. You gotta get classy. Okay, they used to be classy, but comedians nowadays, like, I don't know what happened to you guys, but I guess you're addicted to the yuck addicts, and you can get yourself in shape now, or you can wait. Because everyone gets their ass handed to them. Everyone gets their ass handed to them, and, like, I don't know what's gonna happen, and I don't know. It'll be pretty obvious. Like, what I'm saying right now is gonna become so fucking obvious that you might even get a little scared. I don't know. You probably won't get scared, but it's gonna be. I don't know. I'm about probably 4% trying to manipulate you into believing something. Trying to take advantage of your beliefs in this video. About 4%. Alright, thanks for watching.